Hi everyone, Lance Cook here. As you know, I am your industrial sales coach. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be quite a bit longer than most of my 1 minute to 2 minute videos, tips and how-tos kind of stuff with sales and marketing. This is going to be our sales team meeting, if you will. I have lots of notes here in my book. You've probably seen other sales coaches and videos and stuff like that are much more professional in a much more controlled environment. Obviously, that's not either of these. I am up around close to Castleberry, Alabama, in the parking lot of a truck stop because I'm on my lunch break and I wanted to stop and give you this video. I think it's going to be a great value to you. Now, this is going to be a little bit rough around the edges, but I want you to get the picture here of what we're going to be talking about. Once you listen and apply this, it will change the way that you look at sales and marketing. It will, okay? Now, it essentially, in one way, just like John Lee Dumas says from Entrepreneur on Fire, we're all standing on the shoulders of giants. So I'm taking a lot of information from a lot of other people, applying it, and then now I'm sharing it with you, kind of curating it and sharing it with you. And you'll see some of that stuff as we go through this. It's a beautiful spring day out here. The sun is really, really bright, so excuse my sunglasses. I know that everybody wants to see my beautiful blue eyes. But anyways, let me share this with you. So let's get started, all right? Why are we here? The purpose of this video is, and for every other subsequent video, is to become better, after all. To become better as a sales team member, to become better in a balanced and successful life. Now, today I want you to walk away from here with a more clear understanding of your mission, where you are, how to fulfill it. I want you to be motivated to make continuous quality improvements at your work, with your sales, with your marketing, with the products and services that you offer, continuous quality improvements. And today I want you to make a fresh step toward a successful and balanced life. All right. So you need to go back and understand, and I need to regularly go back, read, reevaluate, soak in our mission statement. Now ours is posted in our showroom, and so it's important to always go back and reference that, like, what do you call it, a lighthouse. This is where we come back to. Now, what you need to also do, this is the second part of our mission, is focus on big thinking. Just like John Maxwell in his book, How Successful People Think, and there's a link for this resource in the notes. But Donald Trump, he quotes Donald Trump in this book, and he says, we always have to be thinking, why not think big? Gulf Power, the local power company here in Northwest Florida, had a big conference last year, and their whole theme was think big. Sometimes you got to think big, think outside the box, but I want you to push you to do that. What can I do bigger, more different? Don't try to just chase after what your competitors are doing. Don't try to do that. You've got to find your way to separate yourself from your competitors. All right? So here's the third part in this mission segment, is every day we either add value to someone's life or take away from it. That's a tweetable quote right there, by the way. Every day we will either add value to somebody's day or life, or we will take away from it. The people that we interact with. Are you adding something to their day? Are you giving them value, or are you always asking for something? People get burnt out whenever you ask them. Gary Vaynerchuk in his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook, says this perfectly. It's you give. Then you can ask. After all, people buy from who they know, like, and trust. Do they trust you? You're not going to establish trust when you ask all the time. Give value. Add value to somebody's day. So every day you will either add value to someone's day or life, or you'll take away from it. So I want you to consider that. Second part I want to talk about is how to fulfill that mission that you're on. Because your customers, your prospects are at point A and they're trying to get to point B. All right? Sometimes they don't know how to get there. And it's your job to fill that gap. It's not your job to be the hero. Like Donald Miller says in Storybrand, it's your job to be the guide. They're trying to get from point A to point B, and they're trusting you to help them get there. They've got this problem, they're trying to find a solution, and they're trusting you to help them find that solution. That's a big deal. So if people buy from who they know, like, and trust, if they know you, they like you, you establish the trust when you help them get from that point A to point B. You'll either provide that product, or you'll try to put something together. You'll put a few pieces of product together to try to help them come up with that solution. Or try to bring it in from somewhere else. Or if you have to, recommend that they go somewhere else. That might even establish trust. I can't tell you how many times that I've been on the phone with somebody, they've asked me, is this something that you can do? Well, no, but here's the number of someone that you can call, and they will help you out. And they say thank you, and that person calls me back every time. It's great. So, but in trying to figure out that point A to point B, never hesitate to ask. Always ask. Ask those clarifying questions. Ask the clarifying questions before saying no. Don't just no straight off the bat. If you have to say no, I want to tell you to say it empathetically. Feel what they're feeling. They're frustrated. And if you just come off no right off the bat, you're going to tick them off. Now they don't trust you. And they probably won't like you either. Now, in another book that I don't have laying out here is The Customer Rules by Lee Cockrell, which there's a link to on the resource page to that as well. Lee Cockrell, he was the COO of operations at Disney Resorts. He was at Disney something, I believe it was Resorts. He was asking his 12-year-old granddaughter what the #1 rule of great customer service was, and the 12-year-old granddaughter said, "Be nice." Customer service is not a department. It's neither a task or a chore, but it's a personal responsibility. You're personally responsible for making sure that you help that customer get from problem to solution. Problem to solution. You are responsible. I am responsible to make sure that that customer finds the solution. Now, you need to go a little deeper in your own products and services. Spend a little time every week reading in on your industry, if not every day. But you need to grow in your own product knowledge. You need to grow in your own service knowledge. That will separate you from your competitors, because probably your competitors aren't doing that. If you're watching this video, you're trying to learn and grow. And you can do that. Now, the next part that I want to share with you, see, we've talked about our mission, we've talked about how to fulfill the mission. And this fourth part in today's video is a successful work-life balance. And the notes that I took from this, folks, is from John Maxwell's book, and you may have seen the video before, Make Today Count. The secret of your success is determined by your daily agenda. There ought to be a link to that resource in the notes as well, and maybe the video where I talk about it a little bit. But so I've basically grabbed this whole section from that book, and I've got some other notes that I want to share with you. The first part actually comes from my high school English teacher. He had this on his chalkboard the entire time, all 6 years that I was in high school, and okay, I wasn't in his class or in high school for 6 years. It was a small school, so it was 7th grade to 12th grade. Anyways, his name is Mr. Bassett, Chuck Bassett. He's got a great book out, a daily devotional book, and I want you to check that out, which is also on the resource page. But anyways, he had on his chalkboard, failing to plan is planning to fail. You've always got to be proactive thinking about your home life, your work life, your spiritual self. Be proactive thinking. Be proactive acting. Don't just think on it and then just let it go away. You've got to be thinking on these things and acting on it. making a plan, following through the plan. All right, so failing to plan is planning to fail. Now the second part, this comes actually from the John Maxwell book, Make Today Count, but the making of a masterpiece is what this section is. Good decisions minus daily discipline is a plan without payoff. Good decisions without daily discipline is a plan without payoff. All right. Daily discipline without good decisions is regimentation without reward. It's good stuff. Daily discipline without good decisions equals regimentation without reward. Now, good decisions plus daily discipline equals a masterpiece of potential. It's good stuff. I guess that's why John Maxwell's so famous. You don't always make decisions because they're easy. You don't make decisions because they're cheap. You don't make decisions because they're popular. You make decisions because they're right. You make decisions because they're right. What I love about the book of Proverbs in the Bible, it's full of the wisdom that you and I need to make those right decisions. And I want to encourage you right now, this is kind of just a little aside, 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. Pick up a chapter every day and read it every day. It's a short read, but it will impact your life like you've never thought possible. All right. A couple things about a successful work-life balance that I've noted here is while I was in the Marine Corps, they used to say Siemper Gumby. Obviously, our motto is Semper Fi, Semper Fidelis, always faithful. Well, Semper Gumby is always flexible. We're talking about Gumby here. Always flexible. You've got to be flexible. Life isn't always about what happens, good, bad, or ugly, but how you respond to what happens. It's how you respond. So, the third main part to this section on our work-life balance, successful work-life balance, is about your attitude, my attitude, to choose and display the right attitude daily. Choose and display, the right attitude daily. I'm going to keep a positive attitude and use that positive attitude to influence others. You and I need to take responsibility for our attitude. Decide to change your bad attitude areas. Decide to change your bad attitude areas. This was also from Make Today Count, by the way. I didn't make up this stuff. He's this smart guy. I'm just sharing it with you. Now, my motto quote for the day is, "The time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining." That was by John F. Kennedy, excuse me. The time to repair the roof is when the sun is shining. That's the time. And today is the time to make a positive impact on your life, on your sales, on your marketing, on your personal development, on your work, on your home. So, thank you for watching this video. Like I said, it is a bit different from the other short videos that I've made for you. This has been our sales team meeting, you and I. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Share it on social media. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.